All right. Welcome to your deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
Today, we're tackling something you guys specifically requested,
Oh,
building a top-notch construction team.
okay.
And we're going deep into effective hiring and management for contractors.
Right. So this one, it's a good one.
Don't worry, this isn't going to have a dry rehash of the book.
No, not at all.
We're going to
Get into
some actionable insights here. You're uncovering those secrets.
It's more than just the typical, bullet points.
Yeah, to attracting top talent.
You really get
Nailing your hiring process and setting your team up for long-term success.
Yeah, all
In
the
the construction world.
nitty-gritty of what it takes to really build a team that doesn't just function, but thrives in this industry.
So let's unpack this,
Yeah.
starting with attracting the right people.
Yeah.
The source kicks off with a quote from John Michaels, who's a veteran in the field.
Okay.
The strength of your team determines the success of your project.
Okay.
It seems simple, but it really sets the stage for everything that follows.
It forces you to think about hiring,
Right.
not just as filling a slot, but like a strategic investment
Yes,
in your project's success.
exactly.
And in the construction world, that's so important because every project is unique
Right.
and they come with their own set of challenges.
Okay. So how do we find those all-star players?
Where are they? Where are they hiding?
Yeah.
The source highlights 3 key strategies: online job boards,
Okay.
trade associations, and trade schools.
Got it.
Let's break these down, starting with online job boards.
All right.
I mean, these days, it feels like everybody's on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Indeed, Glassdoor.
You got it.
Yeah.
Everybody's on there.
All those sites.
Yeah, but
I think, instead of just posting a generic
right.
job description on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
You really want to target those specific groups or, join those niche construction job boards.
Right.
Like, I'm on constructionjobs.com.
Yes.
You're going to reach a more focused audience.
It's about quality
Yeah, exactly.
over quantity,
Correct.
reaching the right people.
It's like fishing,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to just throw out a random
Yes.
line
Oh,
and
yeah.
whatever you get, you
Yeah.
get. You want to go
Exactly.
for the right fishing hole.
Okay, so we've tackled the online job boards.
Yeah.
What about trade associations?
Oh, yeah.
The source specifically mentions
They're
AGC, the Associated General Contractors.
Yeah, the AGC is a gold
Right.
mine, especially when it comes to hiring.
Right.
I mean, their job board is specifically geared towards those construction professionals.
Yeah.
But beyond the job board, they offer so many other resources.
Like training programs, networking events.
It's all about those connections. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Face-to-face, you can meet these potential candidates.
It's about finding those hidden gems.
Yeah, exactly.
Who might not be actively looking,
Right.
but they're
Right.
open
Open to the right opportunity.
to the right opportunity.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got online job boards, trade associations. What about tapping into those trade schools?
Oh, the trade schools.
Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of eager talent just waiting to break into the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about offering those internships or attending job fairs
Yeah.
at these schools. Not only do you get to see their skills firsthand,
Right.
but you're also positioning your company as one that invests in developing new talent,
Yes.
which can be a huge draw.
It's showing them that
Huge
you're
debt starting out.
invested in
Yeah.
their future. Okay. So we've attracted this pool of promising candidates.
Yeah,
Now comes the tricky part.
right.
Actually choosing the right ones for our team.
Right.
And this source is really clear about the importance of a robust hiring process,
Not exaggerating at all.
saying that rushing
Yeah, if you
stage can lead to major headaches down the line.
rush this stage,
Yeah.
it can lead to big problems.
Yeah.
Lisa Grant,
I even
a construction manager,
quoted in the book.
who's a construction manager.
As we've learned the hard way, that one bad hire can disrupt an entire project.
One bad apple can spoil the whole bunch.
Oh, yeah, think about it. Delays,
Yeah.
rework, conflicts,
Yeah.
it can really snowball quickly. So
yeah,
invest the time to get it right. About finding someone with the right skills on paper. We need to dig deeper, really get a sense of who they are,
Totally.
how they approach challenges. You got how they work within a team.
And that's where those behavioral interview questions come in.
Yes.
So instead of just asking,
Yeah.
tell me about your experience, you present them with those real life scenarios.
Yeah.
For example, you could ask, Describe a time a project went over budget. What steps did you take to mitigate the issue?
That's so much more insightful than just asking about their past projects.
Yeah, it really shows you how they actually operate under pressure.
Yeah, because they can't just rehearse that answer.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, it's putting them on the spot.
Okay, and the source also mentions skills testing.
Oh, yeah, the skills.
I guess it's easy to talk the talk, right?
Right.
But can they actually walk the walk?
Skills testing lets you see their practical skills in action.
Yeah.
You know, for an electrician, it might involve troubleshooting a circuit or demonstrating their wiring techniques.
Right. For a carpenter, it might be a hands-on task that tests their, precision and craftsmanship.
Their attention to detail.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got the interviews. We've seen their skills in action. Now the final piece.
Yeah.
Reference checks.
Reference checks, right.
It's easy to think of this as just a formality.
Yeah, you just look at it like, oh, we got to do this.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's much more than that.
So much more.
Yeah.
It's where you go beyond that carefully crafted resume and you get insights into their work ethic, their reliability, their ability to collaborate. Things you can't always gauge in an interview.
Things you wouldn't necessarily pick up on.
Right. You might ask a previous employer, how did this candidate handle tight deadlines or unexpected challenges on the job site?
Right. So those are
some great questions. All right. So we've attracted this pool of great candidates. We've put them through a rigorous selection process. And now we've found those individuals who we believe are the right fit for our team. But the journey doesn't end there, does it?
Doesn't stop there.
No, it doesn't.
No,
the next stage.
The next stage is onboarding. Which is, so much more than just...
So much more than just handing them
a stack of paperwork.
It's a stack of paperwork and saying, welcome aboard.
Yeah, it's about creating that welcoming, supportive environment where these new hires feel like they're truly part of the team.
Okay.
From day one.
Let's dive into this onboarding process.
Yeah.
The source emphasizes 3 key elements.
Right.
The employee handbook.
Okay.
Job-specific training. And safety training.
Got it.
It seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing...
But I think there's more to it than meets the eye.
There's definitely more to it.
Right.
The employee handbook is your chance to set the tone for your company culture.
Yeah, don't
just make it a list of rules and regulations.
Yeah.
Use it to really communicate your company's values, your mission, your commitment to safety and quality.
So it's about setting those expectations early on.
Yeah, exactly.
Both for what you expect from them and what they can expect from you.
A two-way street.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
And then we have that job-specific training.
Job-specific training.
Which is where you tailor the learning experience to each individual role.
Right.
You wouldn't train a foreman the same way you train.
Of course not.
Of course not.
You're an electrician, would you?
No.
Right.
Everyone comes in. So... yeah, recognizing
it's like a different set of skills.
Everyone has different levels of experience and expertise, and tailoring that training to meet those needs.
Yeah.
And remember, this is your chance to demonstrate your commitment to safety. Don't just have them sign off on a safety manual.
Yeah.
You really want to immerse them in your safety protocols from day one.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got the handbook, the tailored training, and now we get to the...
it's the crucial aspect of safety training. This feels like a non-negotiable. In this industry, safety isn't just a priority. It's a core value.
Right.
Regular safety training sessions are essential, not just to minimize accidents, but also to create a culture where everyone feels responsible for their own safety.
So it's about creating that shared sense of responsibility.
Yes.
That awareness that everyone plays a role.
Everybody plays a role
in maintaining that safe work environment.
Got it.
Okay. So we've attracted top talent. We've nailed the hiring process. We've onboarded them effectively.
We onboarded them.
Now what?
Now we need to create a team that doesn't just coexist, but truly collaborates.
Okay. And this feels like a really critical step, especially in construction, where there's so many moving parts.
Really interesting.
Right.
Because this source really emphasizes that a collaborative culture can transform your team from good to great.
It's about shifting the mindset, right?
It's about shifting that mindset from individual roles to a unified effort towards those project goals.
So how do we
make that happen?
Make that happen.
Well, the source outlines 5 actionable steps for building a collaborative team.
Okay, let's dive into those.
Okay, so first we got those regular team meetings.
Regular team meetings.
Now, these aren't just about checking boxes or giving those status updates.
It should be more than that, right?
It's about creating a space where everyone feels comfortable sharing their progress, discussing challenges, aligning on those project goals.
It's more about that open communication and ensuring everyone is on the same page, working towards that common goal.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that brings us to the next step, encouraging feedback.
Encouraging feedback.
It's about creating an environment where team members feel safe to share their ideas, voice their concerns, offer suggestions without fear of judgment or reprisal.
It's about creating that psychological safety.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That feeling that it's okay
to
speak up, to disagree, to offer those different perspectives.
Right, and when you have,
that
open flow
of you tap into that collective intelligence of the team.
Right.
You get those aha moments. You get those creative solutions that you wouldn't have gotten if everyone was just keeping their heads down and doing their own thing.
Right. It's about harnessing the power of the group.
Exactly. It's about teamwork.
Okay. Feedback is a two-way street.
Yeah. Giving it, receiving it.
Giving and receiving.
And making it a natural part of that team's dynamic.
Right.
What's next?
Okay. What's next?
Next up, team building activities.
Team building activities.
Now, we're not talking about those cheesy trust falls or anything like that.
Okay, no trust falls.
We're talking about opportunities to connect on a personal level, to build that camaraderie outside the work environment.
Okay.
So it could be as simple as...
So it's about fostering...
those relationships, right?
A bowling night.
Yeah.
A volunteer project.
Those connections.
It doesn't have to make people feel like they're part of something.
Elaborate or expensive.
Bigger.
Just something that allows...
And just a job, right.
People to connect on a human level.
Okay.
Right.
So it's about investing in...
It's about
the social fabric of the team.
In that social fabric of the team.
Yeah, building those bonds.
Right.
That make people...
Might come to work.
Translate
into better communication, better teamwork.
Support each other.
Better problem solving on the job site.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got the regular meetings, the open feedback, the team building activities. What else can we do?
What else can we do? Well, this is where...
To foster that collaborative environment.
Technology comes in.
Technology.
Source highlights the importance.
Yes, the construction industry.
Of leveraging those digital collaboration tools.
Is increasingly embracing technology, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Tools like Procore, Trello, those project management platforms become the central hub for all that project-related information.
Yeah, and it makes sense because everyone has access.
Everyone's got access to the latest updates.
The latest updates. They can track deadlines. They can communicate seamlessly with each other.
Communicate without having to play phone tag.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's about streamlining communication, improving transparency, and keeping everyone on the same page.
Literally on the same page.
Literally. All right, we've covered.
So we've covered
a lot of ground here.
A lot of ground.
We've talked about attracting.
We've talked about it all.
Top talent.
We talked about attracting talent, nailing that hiring process.
Nailing the hiring and onboarding process.
Fostering
a
collaborative team culture.
That collaborative team culture.
What's next?
Now that we've
on our deep dive agenda
built this incredible team, we need to make sure we're constantly nurturing their skills.
So it's not
to stay ahead of the curve.
It's set it and forget it situation.
It's not a one-time thing.
Right. Building a team.
Building a team is an ongoing process.
It is an ongoing process.
It's a constant journey of improvement.
A continuous journey of improvement.
Exactly.
Okay.
So in part 2.
All right. So stay tuned.
We'll delve into those critical aspects of continuous improvement. From gathering feedback to implementing training programs.
Continuous improvement.
And exploring how to empower your team to adapt and thrive.
And how to
get in that ever-rising
construction landscape.
Staying ahead of the curve.
Okay.
All right.
It's all good.
See you in part 2.
See ya.
Welcome back to the deep dive.
Yeah.
In part 1, we tackled attracting top talent, nailing the hiring and onboarding process, and fostering a collaborative team culture.
Right. We covered a lot of ground. Yeah. Now, we're shifting gears to focus on continuous improvement, a critical element for any team, especially in the fast-paced world of construction.
Think of it as fine-tuning a high-performance engine. You've got all the right parts in place, but to really get that optimal performance, you need to constantly monitor, adjust, and refine.
So it's about recognizing that building a team isn't a one-time project, but an ongoing process of evolution and growth.
Exactly. And this source, Effective Hiring and Management for Contractors, emphasizes that continuous improvement is a multifaceted process.
Okay.
It starts with gathering feedback, which can come from various sources: employee surveys, performance reviews, project outcome analysis.
Okay, let's unpack those. Starting with those employee surveys, I imagine those can be incredibly valuable for getting honest feedback from your team.
Absolutely. Those anonymous surveys allow team members to voice their opinions, concerns, and suggestions without fear of reprisal.
Okay.
They can give you insights into what's working well, what could be improved, and what issues might be brewing under the surface.
It's like taking the pulse of your team, getting a sense of their morale, their engagement, their overall satisfaction.
Right. And then we have performance reviews. Now, these shouldn't be dreaded events.
Right.
They're opportunities for open and honest conversations about individual contributions, challenges, and growth opportunities.
So it's not just about evaluating past performance, but also about looking forward and creating a roadmap for professional development.
Exactly. It's about having those collaborative conversations where you and your team member discuss their goals, their aspirations, and how you can support them in reaching their full potential.
Okay, that makes sense. And what about project outcome analysis? I imagine that involves taking a step back and looking at completed projects to see what went well and what could be improved.
Precisely. It's like a post-game debrief. You're analyzing the wins, the losses, and everything in between to identify patterns, pinpoint areas for improvement, and prevent those recurring issues from cropping up again and again.
So it's about turning those oops moments into valuable learning experiences that inform future projects.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that mistakes are inevitable, but it's how we learn from them that makes the difference between a good team and a great team.
Okay, so we've gathered feedback from surveys, performance reviews, and project outcomes. What do we do with all that valuable information?
Well, that's where the real work begins. We need to translate those insights into action. And this source emphasizes the importance of staying current with industry trends.
That's a good point. The construction industry is constantly evolving, with new technologies, new materials, new regulations emerging all the time. How do we ensure our team stays ahead of the curve?
It's about fostering a culture of continuous learning. Think workshops, trade shows, webinars, online learning platforms, anything that exposes your team to the latest developments and best practices in the field.
So it's about investing in their professional development, showing them that you value their growth, and equipping them with the knowledge and skills they need to excel.
Exactly. And a veteran foreman, Joe Carter, quoted in the book, sums it up perfectly. Even the best workers need refreshers to keep up with new methods or safety regulations.
So it's not just about those fresh out of trade school. Even the most experienced professionals need to constantly update their knowledge and skills to stay competitive and safe.
Absolutely. And speaking of safety, that's another area where continuous improvement is crucial.
Of course. Safety should never be an afterthought in construction.
Exactly. Regular safety training sessions should be a non-negotiable part of your team's routine. And don't just rehash the same old material. Incorporate real-life scenarios, case studies, and the latest safety technologies to keep the training engaging and relevant.
So it's about keeping those safety protocols fresh in their minds, ensuring they're not just going through the motions, but really internalizing those safety practices.
Right. And when safety becomes ingrained in the team's culture, you see fewer accidents, fewer delays, and ultimately a more efficient and productive work environment.
Okay, so we've talked about gathering feedback, staying current with industry trends, and prioritizing ongoing safety training. What other aspects of continuous improvement should we be focusing on?
Well, this source highlights the importance of recognizing and rewarding excellence. It seems simple, but it's often overlooked.
What do you mean? Isn't everyone just expected to do their job well?
Of course. But going that extra mile, exceeding expectations, demonstrating exceptional problem-solving skills,
Right.
those efforts should be acknowledged and celebrated.
Okay.
It could be a simple thank you note, a shout-out during a team meeting, a small bonus, or even just public acknowledgement of their efforts. These gestures go a long way in boosting morale, fostering a sense of belonging and motivating team members to continue striving for excellence.
So it's about creating a culture where hard work is noticed and appreciated.
Exactly. It's about making those individuals feel valued, appreciated, and part of a team that recognizes their contributions.
Right.
And when you have that positive, supportive environment where hard work is acknowledged and celebrated, it creates a ripple effect. It inspires others to step up their game, to go that extra mile, to contribute their best efforts.
So it's not just about rewarding those individuals, it's about creating a culture of excellence that permeates the entire team.
Exactly. And finally, this source emphasizes the importance of fostering open communication. Now, we've touched on this before in the context of collaboration, but it's worth reiterating in the context of continuous improvement.
So it's about recognizing that open communication isn't just a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process that needs to be nurtured and maintained.
Exactly. It's about creating that environment where team members feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, ideas, concerns, and suggestions without fear of judgment or reprisal.
So it's about making sure those communication channels stay open, ensuring that there's a constant flow of information, feedback, and ideas flowing between team members and management.
Right. And that open communication is essential for identifying areas for improvement, addressing issues before they escalate, and ensuring that everyone is on the same page, working towards those shared goals.
So it's not just about talking, it's about listening, really hearing what your team members have to say and creating that safe space where they feel comfortable speaking up.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to the deep dive. In parts 1 and 2, we've covered a lot of ground, from attracting top talent and onboarding effectively to fostering collaboration, continuous improvement, and creating a positive work environment.
Yeah, we really have.
But hold on tight, because in this final part, we're shifting gears to explore one of the most powerful tools in your leadership toolkit.
All right.
Delegation.
Delegation. Yeah, this is the big one.
It's often misunderstood.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not about just dumping tasks on others or abdicating responsibility.
No, it's not about just getting rid of work you don't want to do.
Right.
It's about empowering your team, leveraging their expertise,
and creating a more efficient and engaged workforce.
So it's about recognizing that you can't do it all yourself, and that by sharing the responsibility, you're not just lightening your load, but also fostering a sense of ownership and growth within your team.
Exactly. And this source, Effective Hiring and Management for Contractors, provides a really insightful framework for mastering delegation. It emphasizes the importance of clear communication, trust, and well-defined boundaries.
Let's break those down, starting with clear communication. What does that look like in the context of delegation?
So before delegating any task, you need to paint a clear picture for your team. What are the goals? What are the deadlines? What resources are available? What does success look like? Imagine handing a complex blueprint to a team without explaining the overall vision for the project.
It's just a recipe for disaster.
Exactly. It's a recipe for confusion and frustration.
Yeah. So it's about providing that context. Ensuring that everyone understands how their piece fits into the larger puzzle.
Exactly. Make sure they understand how it all connects.
That makes sense. And what about trust?
Trust.
I imagine that's a pretty crucial element when you're entrusting someone else.
Trust is the bedrock.
With responsibility for a task.
Of effective delegation. You need to believe in your team's abilities, their judgment, and their commitment to excellence. If you're constantly looking over their shoulders, second-guessing their decisions, or swooping in to fix every little thing, you're sending a very clear message. I don't trust you.
And that can be incredibly demoralizing for someone.
It's incredibly demoralizing.
Yeah, it's like you're clipping their wing.
Yeah, you're clipping their wing.
Before they even have a chance to soar.
Exactly. And it undermines the whole purpose of delegation, which is to empower your team to grow, to learn, to take ownership, and to develop their skills.
But trust doesn't mean just giving people free rein without any guidance or boundaries, does it?
It's about finding that balance between autonomy and support. Think of it as providing guide rails, not a straitjacket.
I like that analogy.
You're giving them the freedom to navigate the path, make decisions, problem solve, but you're also there to offer guidance, answer questions, and to course correct if needed.
So it's about finding that sweet spot
Exactly.
where people feel empowered.
Where they feel empowered.
To take ownership of the task, but also know that they have a safety net if they stumble.
They know that you're there to support them.
Okay.
This is all starting to make sense.
Very good.
But delegation isn't just about handing off tasks, is it?
Yeah.
It's also about empowering...
It's also about empowering your team.
Our team to make decisions.
To make those decisions. Right. And this is where things get really exciting.
Yeah.
Imagine a team where everyone feels empowered to analyze those situations, weigh options, and make those informed decisions that align with the company's goal.
That align with the big picture.
That sounds like a dream team.
That does sound like a dream team.
A team that's agile, responsive, and capable of tackling those challenges head on.
Yes.
Without constantly needing to seek.
Constantly having to check in.
Right. And this source provides some great strategies for fostering this kind of decision-making culture within our team.
Okay.
Okay. I'm all ears. How do we make this happen?
All right. So first, it's about providing clear decision-making frameworks.
Okay.
Think of it as giving them a playbook, a set of guidelines that help them navigate those complex situations.
So it's about outlining the steps involved in making informed choices, right? Identifying the problem, gathering information, analyzing those options, weighing the pros and the cons. And ultimately making the call.
And then making the call.
But we don't want to create robots who just blindly follow a formula.
I don't want robots.
Right.
We want to encourage that open dialogue and debate.
Right. You want to tap into that collective intelligence of your team to encourage those diverse perspectives and creative solutions that emerge from healthy discussion and debate.
And that's where those aha moments happen.
Right.
Where someone throws out an idea that sparks a whole new line of thinking.
Yes.
Where you challenge assumptions and you come up with solutions that you wouldn't have discovered on your own.
Right. So it's about creating that space where everyone feels safe to voice their opinions, to challenge the status quo, to present those alternative solutions, even if they go against the grain.
Even if they're a little bit out there. Right. Because sometimes the best ideas are...
Okay. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, we need to create a safe space.
Yeah, a safe space.
For experimentation and learning from mistakes.
For experimentation.
And this feels crucial, especially in the construction world.
Yes.
Where the stakes can be high and mistakes can be costly.
Yeah, this source really emphasizes that mistakes are not failures.
Okay.
They're data points.
Okay.
They're valuable learning opportunities that can help us improve our processes, refine our strategies, and ultimately achieve better outcomes.
So it's about creating a culture where people feel comfortable taking those calculated risks, where they're not afraid to experiment, to try new things, to push those boundaries, even if it means making a mistake along the way.
Yeah, because those mistakes can be incredibly valuable in the long run.
As long as we're learning from them.
As long as we're learning from them, exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about delegation and decision-making. What other key insights?
Yeah, what other insights
does this source offer as we navigate these final stages?
Well, the source emphasizes
of building our dream construction team.
That building a team isn't just about assembling the right individuals. It's about creating a cohesive unit that can adapt and thrive in the face of change.
And that's especially important in the construction industry.
Oh, absolutely.
Where things are constantly evolving.
Right.
New technologies, new materials, new regulations, new challenges emerging all the time.
So how do we build that adaptable, future-proof team?
Yeah, how do we do that?
Well, this source highlights 3 key strategies.
Okay.
Continuous learning, embracing innovation, and fostering a culture of flexibility and problem solving.
Okay, let's unpack those.
Okay.
Starting with continuous learning.
Right.
We've touched on this before.
Yeah.
But I'm sensing it plays an even bigger role.
It does.
In this context of adaptability.
Continuous learning is the lifeblood of adaptability. It's about recognizing that the skills and knowledge that got you here today might not be enough to get you where you need to be tomorrow.
So it's about fostering a culture where learning is not just encouraged but expected.
Yes.
Where it's seen as an ongoing process, a journey of discovery and growth that never ends.
A journey that never ends.
And it's not just about those formal training programs or workshops.
Right. It's about encouraging people to be curious, to seek out new knowledge, to experiment, to read industry publications, attend conferences, engage in online forums to constantly be expanding their horizons and pushing their boundaries.
So it's about creating a team of lifelong learners.
Yes.
A team that's hungry for knowledge, eager to explore new ideas, and constantly striving to improve their skills and expertise.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that hunger for knowledge, that willingness to learn and adapt, that's what will enable your team to navigate those changing currents. To embrace those new technologies, those new materials, those new challenges, and to continue to thrive in this ever-evolving world of construction.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
So we've got continuous learning. What about embracing innovation?
Embracing innovation.
Yeah, what does that look like in practice?
So embracing innovation is about creating a culture where new ideas are welcomed, where experimentation is encouraged, where people feel safe to challenge the status quo and propose those out-of-the-box solutions that can lead to breakthroughs.
So it's about shifting the mindset.
It is, yeah.
Now, from we've always done it this way to how can we do this better, faster, more efficiently, more sustainably?
Exactly. And it's about recognizing that innovation doesn't always come from the top down.
Right.
It often comes from those who are closest to the work, those who are on the front lines, those who are grappling with the day-to-day challenges and seeing those opportunities for improvement.
So it's about empowering everyone on the team to be innovators.
Yes.
To contribute their ideas, to experiment, to take those calculated risks.
Yeah, to take those risks.
And to know that their voices will be heard and their contributions will be valued.
And to know that their voices are valued.
Right.
Right. And when you have that culture of innovation in place, you unlock a whole new level of creativity and problem solving within your team.
And that creativity and problem solving are essential.
Oh, they're absolutely essential.
For navigating those inevitable challenges and unexpected roadblocks that come with the territory in construction.
Yeah, those roadblocks are going to come.
Right.
And you got to be ready for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got continuous learning. We've got embracing innovation.
Yep.
What about fostering?
And then the final piece.
A culture of flexibility and problem solving.
Yeah, fostering that culture of flexibility and problem solving.
Okay. This feels crucial.
It is crucial.
Especially in an industry where things rarely go exactly according to plan.
Oh, in construction, you got to be able to think on your feet, adapt to those changing circumstances, find those creative solutions to those unexpected problems that inevitably arise.
So it's about being agile, resourceful, and able to pivot when those curveballs come your way.
Pivot when those curveballs come your way, yeah, exactly.
And this source emphasizes.
Yeah, this source emphasizes the importance
of empowering your team.
Of empowering your team to be problem solvers, to take ownership, to not just identify the problem, but to come up with those solutions, to work collaboratively, to find those workarounds, those creative approaches that keep those projects moving forward, even when those unexpected challenges arise.
So it's about fostering that can-do spirit, that sense of collective problem solving, where everyone on the team feels empowered to contribute their ideas.
Contribute their ideas.
And their expertise to finding those solutions that keep things moving forward.
And when you have that culture in place, your team becomes like an unstoppable force.
Right.
They're not just a group of individuals working on a project.
Right.
They're a cohesive unit, a problem-solving machine, a force to be reckoned with.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into building a top-notch construction team, we've explored a wealth of insights.
We really have.
From effective hiring and management for contractors.
Yeah, tons of great insight.
We've journeyed from attracting top talent.
It's been a journey.
To empowering them to lead, to make decisions, to embrace innovation, to be adaptable, and to thrive.
To thrive.
In the face of change.
In the face of all those challenges.
Well, what are some final thoughts?
Yeah, any final thoughts?
You want to leave our listeners with as they embark?
I think the most important takeaway
on this exciting journey of building their own dream teams
is that building a great team is a journey, not a destination. It's an ongoing process of learning, adapting, and evolving.
And it requires a commitment.
It does. It requires commitment.
To investing in your team.
Investing in your team.
To creating a positive and supportive work environment.
A positive and supportive work environment is key.
And to empowering your team to reach their full potential.
Yes, empower your team.
So it's not just about those technical skills.
No, it's more than that.
And expertise. It's about those human qualities, those soft skills, those intangible assets.
Those soft skills.
That truly make a team exceptional.
Those are the things that really make a difference.
Right.
And remember, you don't have to do it all alone.
Right.
This sort.
You've got this resource to guide you.
Effective hiring and management for contractors.
Right.
It's a roadmap. It's a set of tools and strategies that can really guide you on this journey.
So as you embark on this adventure of building your dream team, remember to stay curious, stay adaptable.
Stay curious, stay adaptable.
And never stop learning and growing.
Never stop learning.
Alongside your team.
Alongside your team.
Right.
And remember, the most successful teams are built on a foundation of trust, respect, and shared goals. Foster that within your team, and you'll be well on your way to building a team that not only achieves great things, but also enjoys the journey along the way.
So there you have it.
That's it.
Another deep dive complete.
Deep dive complete.
We've gone from those blueprints.
From blueprints.
To a fully functioning.
To a real team. A thriving team.
Adaptable team.
An adaptable team.
All thanks to the insights we've uncovered.
All thanks to this source.
In effective hiring and management for contractors.
Lots of good stuff in there.
But the real work starts now.
Now it's time to put it into practice.
Putting these ideas into action.
Take action.
So go forth and build that incredible team.
Go build that team.
We'll be here with more deep dives.
More deep dives coming.
Ready to explore.
We're ready.
Whatever fascinating topic.
Whatever you got.
We're here for it.
Until then.
Until then.
Happy building.
Happy building.